brown baby, honey crazy, the motherfucking sugar lady. Hey, floating through the sky. Mm, touched by the divine. Yeah, and body so fine. Just in case anybody's wondering what I'm talking about, I'm talking about myself because I'm fine. All right, so I'm here. The reason why I was playing that song is because, first of all, I think I want to re-record that. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because last year when I did that, I was in my garage and it was like black because I didn't want anybody to see me. So I was like, this morning, I'm like, girl, fuck that. You better go out there and sing your song. I love this song too. Okay, so a lot going on. First and foremost, I'm on my period. So the other day, I was all emotional and I was like, I'm tired of niggas because y'all keep saying. And when I got my period, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Makes sense. Makes sense. When you're ready to go and your heart's lifting down. Come on, Celine. Love comes to those who believe it. And that's the way it is. Yeah, that's a really good song for what we're talking about today. So today's card is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So the Six of Pentacles is actually the card. And y'all see this charm I found? This belonged to my dad. I don't know. I kind of want to wear it. But at the same time, I feel like I need to like spice it up a little bit. Because like, no shade. But it's giving like, I don't say just like tarnish, but it don't match my colors. Anyway, so my sun sign is associated with the Six of Pentacles. And Six of Pentacles is not a bad card, but I feel like I need to put this on my elbows. If you are not careful, those born at the same time as me can have a tendency to be very controlling. And since Taurus generally has a pretty good understanding of finance and money, those are the people who are usually in possession of quite a bit of money. Okay. But what tends to happen, I always see it like, because in the traditional tarot, hello viewers, there is a group of people sort of begging, and then there's somebody who's like holding a bag of money, I guess, and he's like, oh yeah, I'll give y'all a few of these. So like you want to be careful not to be in that energy. And I guess it's kind of like, I don't know why I keep wanting to associate it with like Robin Hood, because I don't think that's exactly the right energy. But it's almost just like what's the guy's name? Prince John, the person that was like withholding all of the wealth. I mean, we could talk about the 1% in this country, but anyway, you want to make sure that you're not operating in that energy of I have, those people don't. And in order for me to remain in a position of power, I have to withhold what it is that I have. And that's how I'm going to elevate myself. Because that is incorrect. Because what you really ought to be doing is giving in order to receive. Y'all see I got my Backstreet Boys shirt on. I got my boo right in the center there. Brian Luttrell. Oh my God. I would have given everything in my life to have touched the hem of his garment. Okay. But anyway, so that's what we're talking about today. I do have also Mercury trine Mars and Mercury square to Pluto. And this is what I wrote. Communication that has power behind it is transformative. That does not mean it must be aggressive. Love also has power. But I just want to say that like we have to be careful too of seeing everything that's true as aggressive. Like just because something that somebody says hurts you, triggers you, whatever, doesn't necessarily mean that they meant it aggressively. They just are speaking true. And I'm not going to comment on the Yay situation because, child, I don't even know where to start with that. Anyway, I pulled a secondary card this morning and I got the Ace of Cups, which I literally wrote here, Ace Ups. But in that deck, it's the Circle of Life Tarot that I kind of stopped using a little bit on here. But anyway, it talks about showing love. And I was like, okay, definitely same type of energy. So yeah, we're going to be talking today about, like one-sided generosity or holding on too tightly to your resources and really just not wanting other people to have them and just, misusing power. So I also wrote this. Do not allow your present to be defined by the pain and heartache of the past. You may have been burned before, but there's so much to be said for the experience of trying again. Open your hands and your heart, give to receive. And that goes for love and money, because remember, love and money have the same type of vibration. So if you're struggling with money, then you probably also have struggles with love and relationships as well. Okay. So something came up yesterday. I was doing a lot of shadow work, and I posted that, me and my shadow are friends. And basically I said, fuck y'all to anybody who didn't like me, how I am, anybody who kind of came into my experience and was so uncomfortable by my comfort with myself that they sought to turn me off or to convince me that something was wrong with me. Fuck you. Okay. First and foremost. But with love, let's not forget the love. But whenever I took my kids to see Black Adam last night. And I guess I was in the car maybe, but I thought about it and I was like, a renewal in your heart space really feels like rebirth, and really that's what this new moon has been about. And it's kind of like allowing yourself to, I know I talk about this often, but it's like really allowing yourself to kind of return to the part of you that was expectant instead of hesitant in relationships and interactions with other people. So I think this is beautiful. And I'm really looking forward to seeing like what comes out of just showing the true light, which is, yourself. And I mean, when I say that, I'm really just talking about me, I guess. But, if you're on that journey and you're doing that too, I'm looking forward to see what happens for you too by showing yourself. And in that song that I was playing, I wrote, just let your love shine through in everything you do, because that has always been a difficulty for me, hiding my goodness from some people because I have been hurt by others. So like going into situations with a great big shield, like too big to be carrying anywhere. So I was giving myself a message that was like, just love. So like, I think that's something that can be used in a lot of situations, especially here on earth. It's like we get conditioned to use hate and we don't really realize that we're operating from that energy and we're not operating from a free heart, which you can have protection with a free heart, but it just doesn't have to always be about aggression and jealousy and backbiting and talking about folks. Like we don't have to live like that. We don't have to. And if you place your focus on yourself, it will be so much easier for you to operate here. That's really it. So yes, let's play cards. When I was young. I mean, I know she already passed that part, but I feel like I need to watch Bridget Jones this holiday season because that's my movie. And I remember this song, I think they played it in that movie too. That Black Adam had a pretty good soundtrack, I think. It was all right. But there was a lot of good messages in there too because, he was like, not necessarily a villain, but he was reckless, and he had a lot of rage in him. And I was so irritated because I was like, why is, I think it was Hawkeye or Hawkman, whoever the fuck that is, the one who was in charge of the Justice Society. Um, and that damn Amanda Waller, I'm like, them two together, I was so irritated because, like, just watching the movie, they're going to this place that's sort of overrun by basically white men. And it is like this Middle Eastern country. And they went over there to stop the person that was going to help them get free from the white man. And I was like, not you two niggas doing this. Yuck. But anyway, it was good. It was good. Made me feel like it's okay to have rage, which it is. It was already okay to have rage even before they said that. But, I'm a fan of honesty. And sometimes you're angry, you're frustrated or whatever. It just becomes a problem when you're like really, really heavily, That's why I was looking at what I posted the other day and I was like, girl, yeah. But at the same time, that needed to be said. And I mean, I may become the type of woman that men don't want to talk to, mostly because, it's accountability season. And I'm holding women accountable too for the way they operate. That's a detriment to my community. And when I say my community, yes, I'm talking about humanity overall, but I'm talking about the Black community. There's no way for us to have community and to advance the community without community. No way. And like, due to the conditions of the society that we were born into, raised up in, our community is broken. But we're not going to fix it unless we try something different. When nobody wants to date women with kids, but a large percentage of the women have kids. Are we serious right now? Are we for real? And yes, personally, I'm affected by that. I am. And so that's why I talk about it. And I don't have no shame about it. Like, I think that's stupid as fuck. Especially coming from people who are raised by step parents. Okay. That sounds ridiculous. All right. 9 of Swords in reverse. Not a continued lack of rest, which I did not sleep well last night myself, but that was probably because I stayed out late and then was trying to settle. I had to work on something when I got back, and I forgot to do my affirmation. They know I need them. I'm your lady. All right, we got the sun, but I'll say it anyway. I am calling in the support of my angels, ancestors, guides, ascended masters, my Heavenly Father, my Creator who lives in me. Hallelujah. I'm at peace. I'm at ease. I honor and see myself. I agree to find the path, stay the course, trust the process, and enjoy the journey. Amen. Hello, viewer. The moon in reverse. I think yesterday's card was actually the moon. That's pretty good. You know what? I think this is good. I'm going to wait till I get another one and then I'll read the cards. There may be times. Oh, I just love Celine Dion. All right. Ooh, and the 10 of Cups in reverse. All right. So here's what I'm getting. Just like I said before, about not, hey, how you doing? Happy Thursday. About not letting your love shine through, letting your light shine through. We have the Sun card upright. And then we have the 9 of Swords in reverse, the Moon in reverse, and the 10 of Cups in reverse. So here's what I feel. The only way out of the situation that you're in, whatever it is, because it's different for everybody, but we're all in restrictive, necessarily restrictive, some of us, yes, but transformational times, because we're in a transformational time in the collective. So whatever it is for you specifically can only be broken, solved, rectified, healed, and bring you back to fulfillment if you shine that light. You got to shine the light. Because a lot of time what happens is we can't find rest, or we're anxious and worried about how to solve problems that would solve themselves if you would just, one, relax, stop worrying, but also be your truth and start operating from your authenticity. Like, especially in the coaching industry, or like even just regular service, people often want to create brand personas that are not true to who they really are. But then they're frustrated because they're not able to attract the clients that they're looking for. They can't seem to find the way to communicate messaging to their niche. Well, the problem is that you have or had the issue that your ideal client has. And if you don't tell them, hey, I have this problem too. Here's how I work through it. Here are my tools. They will not know that you're the teacher. So the longer you hoard the information, which is again what we're talking about with this Six of Pentacles in reverse, the longer you keep the information hidden and you're ashamed of it, the people won't know that you're the teacher. If I never told anybody that I struggled with self-love, self-acceptance, and had to be confident, but this is what I do to work through it, I would never have had clients that came to me and said, hey, I need your help because I'm trying to get on camera and I don't know how to do it. Hey, I'm trying to produce this product, but I keep talking myself out of it because I have imposter syndrome. Well, if I had never said, hey guys, here's how I work through imposter syndrome, nobody would have come to me for help because they would not have known that I was the teacher. So while you're trying to act perfect, you fucking yourself up because nobody is. And that's what the beauty is of the light. It is the imperfection. It is your unique quirks and differences that make people say, you know what? I like that person. That is what I like. You know, and while we're all trying to polish ourselves to be the same size, it's those gemstones that have the most intricacy that become the most attractive. So keep them jagged edges, baby. Keep them jagged edges. I hate when people leave whenever I say something that I feel like is kind of heavy, because I don't be wanting to hurt people's feelings or trigger them to be like, I'm gonna go. But I mean, I don't know what else to do. Oh, the Five of Wands. You know, that is a card that speaks to conflict. And, you know, it's not necessarily like a mental battle so much as it is. I mean, I feel like sometimes it is a fight, but it's like almost yourself versus yourself, if that makes sense. Like, I think did I talk about this the other day somewhere? Maybe I was just thinking about it, writing it, and I never did. But it's like, you have to fight the part of you that feels like hiding is what's safest, you know? I mean, and at some point in your life, it probably was like, if your parents abused you for being interesting and fun, or, you know, you got picked on at school. Like, I'm so sick of these bullies at my daughter's school. I just want to go up there and just be like, fuck y'all. I told her I was going to start sending notes, and I was going to write in the note, fuck you. Tell your mama holler at me. But I ain't gonna do that. I might figure out a way to do it without doing it. But the thing about it is, like, yesterday somebody was talking about her edges on the bus this morning. Can I do my edges? I'm like, you don't need to do your edges because them children don't have manners. You know, you can if that's what you want to do, but don't go do things because somebody else talked about you. I don't be inspired by that in that way, because that's also how you turn into the type of person that has a bright light but will only shine it in certain situations like that, where you're withholding the power, whether it's money or love or knowledge, because of instances like that. So you turn into like a bitter shell of who you used to be. And even though, like, it's just her doing her edges, I'm just like, she about to become a hater. And I mean, and there are some parts about her that she already is a little bit of a self-hater. And it's very much a bother to me because she's so little to be like that. But she does encounter a lot of outside haters. So what happens is, if you run into outside haters constantly and all you're doing is just being you, you start hating on yourself too. Damn, you can't do anything without somebody fucking talking to you crazy. Something is really wrong with you. Something's really wrong with you, because every time you run into somebody, they just hate you. Something's wrong with you. And it's not you, it's them. It's them. The 10 of Wands in reverse. Heavy, heavy. You got so heavy, baby. It's going to be a burden at some point to carry that around. The mask or the shield. Heavy, heavy. I don't have anything to do today except for something I want to do for myself. I'm so happy. The Magician. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. I love to see the Magician. I feel like sometimes Celine Dion, I like Celine Dion. It's a little bit slow sometimes. I feel like a little bit like I'm at the dentist. I don't know why I said the dentist. Maybe I had a dentist office that played Celine Dion all the time. Yes, I did, because it was run by white women. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Boom, there it is. Okay. So yes. So we are often faced with the battle of self versus self in order to bring the light out, because we've created the mask and the fake personality and the likability. And I mean, it's keeping us from really seeing the success that we set out to see. I mean, and the life that we design for ourselves whenever we are coming here. The mask. Wait, the one with the green mask or the one with Cher? Because that one was a little bit more unsettling. Okay. But it becomes a burden to carry the mask at some point. And that is when you are tasked with being confident enough to create a new life as your truth. And we see the Ace of Pentacles in reverse here, which to me is an indication of having concerns about having to start over. What if people don't like me? What if I won't be able to achieve what it is that I feel like I'm going to achieve if I really do it? Somebody stop me. That's the one. That's the green mask with Jim Carrey, which he says a lot of really important things too about being authentic. If you listen to him. Hey, Google, go to the next song. I can't take that shit. I can't take it. I love Celine Dion, but you know what? It's just too much today. I might have to change it to somebody else. Yeah. Hey Google, play Ariana Grande. Cause yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna pick up speed. Cause that was just getting to be. I was like, okay, I'm about to go to fucking sleep on this shit. I mean, I know I chose it, but I just didn't expect it to be like one fast song and then like 6 sad soliloquies. Like, I don't want to, even though this is like a somber time, like, why do we have to be doubly depressed and doubly sad? Like, everybody who's been talking to me lately is like, girl, I'm miserable, bitch. I get it. I get it. But like, there's also people who don't want you necessarily to be like, okay, well, you can vibe positive and you will feel better, because it is a hard ass fucking time. And when we're talking about a positive vibration, we're not necessarily talking about being toxic. Is that a fucking word? Toxically positive or avoidant of issues. Like, that's not what I'm ever talking about. I am talking about the way that you maintain a vibration even in times that don't feel good. And I'm saying that it is important to be able to do that, because if you're not able to do that, then you will kill yourself, because this shit is hard. So you can either be miserable, suicidal, and maybe go through with it, or you can find the joy. Those are your options, because it is a choice. And that's not to say ignore the things that are happening, because here's the truth. If it doesn't feel good, if your life doesn't feel good, it is your responsibility to fix the things that don't feel good. But you will not take action. You will not move. You will not try if you are laying in your bed all day, depressed because your life doesn't feel good. So that's what the positive vibration is for. So you will fucking get up. So you won't lay there all day. You got to find something that can get you up, so that you don't just lay there languishing because shit hurts. Because being in your body sometimes hurts. I know. Me too. But I get up every day. This morning I danced for 45 minutes by myself to the same song. Broke a nice sweat. Or go to the gym. Just get up and do jumping jacks. Something. You got to bring your body up. That's it. Okay, I'm done with the tirade. I'm done with the tirade. Called soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. And sometimes those of us who feel the most pain are the ones who came here to do some of the greatest work. That's why you feel the pain too, because other people do. Like, I've felt a lot of different things. So whenever I'm with other people, I can be empathetic to them, and sometimes tell them things that they maybe wouldn't want to share with me, but I can give them guidance. That's why I'm able to be a guide, because in the conversation, if I feel something and I say, oh, I remember that, or, oh, I know what that's like, I can give advice to that experience. So rather than feeling victimized by all the many different things that I have been pained by in my life, I realize that that's my power, and that having felt pain is part of my work. It's part of my work. Because I'm a shadow surgeon, baby. We're going to get in there and heal some shit. My mom told me, she was like, whenever you were born, I looked into your eyes and I thought you were going to feel a lot of pain in your life, and I cried. Yeah, I have. And sometimes I still hurt. But I get up. I get up. Got to. That's not what I came here for, to be miserable. I came here to help people. I can't help anybody if I haven't helped myself. We, the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, and birth as a portal. Exactly. Yes. Rebirth as a portal, I say. Because you can restart your life anytime you want. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have to clean up. I remember thinking to myself, I guess it was last year sometime, I was like looking around and I was kind of frustrated. And I was like, damn, I feel like I'm always cleaning up the mess of my past. And yeah, I was, because it was very much chaotic because I was not present. I didn't want to be here. So I operated in a way that was very reckless, very hectic, very escapism, because I was hurting to be in my body. It hurts to be in my body. It's too restrictive. It's too restrictive. But even though I felt like those restrictions were placed on me by others, I was restricting myself because I was concerned about what people would say about me or how they would feel about me if I was like, hey, I'm a little bit different. Hey, I do this. I'm able to do this. I was gifted with this. I'm this person. So I restricted myself, just like I was saying in that post yesterday. I tucked away all the good, juicy, intricate bits of myself to be acceptable to others. But that's the thing about it, you guys. A lot of times, the stuff that we think that we're hiding is not being hidden. So you might as well live, because most of us can see the shit anyway, you know? You might as well live because most of us can see it anyway, especially if we too are different. If I'm different, I'm going to pick up on somebody else's differences and be like, you're different like me, aren't you? You're a little bit weird too, aren't you? I much prefer to be different. I much prefer it. I would prefer this than to be hella boring, dry, trying to be accepted by polite society, frowning, skin dry, no glow about you. That's unfortunate to live that way. A lot of y'all are doing it. I see we have some. Yes, I love that cartwheel. I love that cartwheel. I haven't done cartwheels in a while. Maybe I'll go outside. It's like 75. Maybe I'll go outside and do me some cartwheels. Resilience. Burn away the past. What was that I had said? Don't let the pain of the past stop you from being present in the present or something. I have to look back at the paper, but I guess I don't really need to read this. No, I don't. Burn away the past, y'all. You don't need it anymore. Your shield. I know we've been talking about that for a few days, but it's the very, very honest truth. You don't need it anymore. And like I said, most people can already see your differences. And most of them, if they're going to love you, they're going to love you whether, you know, you're different or not. If somebody's not going to love you, they're not going to love you. There's nothing that you can do to be right for the person who has decided that you're wrong for them. Nothing. Like, and it's okay. Let them go find the person that they want to be with. And it might not even be romantic. It could just be friendship. You know, like in my daughter's case, like, girl, everybody ain't meant to be your friend. Stop trying to force these people to be your friend. Let them go. Self-discipline. That's key. So key. Self-discipline, because it does take self-discipline to change the trajectory of one's life. Hell, to do anything, to save money, to eat better, to work out, to drag yourself out of bed if you have chronic depression or anxiety, like telling yourself, stop, that's not happening. That's not true. Stop, stop, stop. I mean, it takes work. Okay, this card indicates a need for self-discipline, motivation, and action to improve your quality of life. By drawing this card, you are being reminded that you need to meet the universe halfway because your dreams won't manifest by themselves. This is a time to clarify your goals and to plan and prioritize your ideas and actions. Then take the mental, emotional, and physical action needed to make your dreams come true. You are being encouraged to rein in any thoughts and emotions that are contrary to what you're trying to attract. Rather than letting your doubts and worries consume you, you must have the strength and willpower to focus predominantly on your dreams. You can attain those goals with a strong, disciplined mind when you surrender the outcome to the divine. And I'm so fucking grateful for my ex. Yes, this is where you need to play your part. These cycles are encouraging you to be motivated and strong. This is where you need to play your part. The universe will provide the opportunities, but you need to see them through. Hell yeah. One of my friends is doing a 369. I think that's what she's doing. I haven't really paid that much attention to it, but I saw that she had got that book. I guess it's like a journal, but it's like formatted specifically for you to write 369 per day. So I was like, oh, I might have to join her and do that. And I said I was going to have my son do it too, because, oh, Lord, I'm just so like, I guess I just get to the point where I know too many people who don't see themselves, and it sometimes becomes overwhelming for me, because that is one of my gifts, is to be able to see you, your highest self, your best self. I see you. Even when, like I said before, you think you're hiding your truth, I see you. I know your potential always. And if I can, I will help you reach it. But I can't force people to take action, or to fix their mindset, which is really where it starts. Because if you don't believe in yourself, then nothing is going to change. And I'm just done with the exhaustion of trying to force people into self-love, force people into positive mindset, force people into positive vibration. I don't care anymore. I know I'm going to live, and I know I'm going to love. And that's where my focus is right now. So if you come into my experience, or if you're already here and you decide, you know what, I'm ready to work, cool, I'll work with you. But there's going to have to just be a certain criteria that has to be met in order for me to be able to determine whether or not you're really ready to work. Because, baby, I'm not about to be drained by people who just want to sit by me. I know the motherfucking sugar lady. I know I'm sweet. It feels good, but you're draining me if you're not able to give me back sweet. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. If you're just going to suck out of me, we can't do it. We can't do it. I couldn't decide what I wanted. Okay. I'll do one of these affirmation cards, and then I'm about to roll out of here, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. I do have it's not a physical ailment, but I'm on my period and my allergies are acting up. But I am going to try to hit a couple cartwheels and work on a song. So that's it. That's it. What a joyous time to not have anything on my calendar. Really says my day, and it has nothing in it. And I'm lit about that. because it's 1 o'clock. That means no one's going to be here until like 5. Oh, yeah. It's fixing to be a self-love turn up in here. When I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it will happen. Yes. Come on, belief. All right. So, yes, I will see y'all later. And don't be a self-hater. Please. Please. And I know people are like, well, I don't hate myself. If you talk yourself out of joy, pleasure, experiences that are going to fulfill manifestations that you set for yourself, then you're a self-hater. You're a self-hater. You are a self-hater. And you know how I know? Because I was a self-hater for a long time. So, like I always say, whenever I pinpoint this stuff or I call it out, it's not because I'm just trying to be ugly to people. I'm speaking from experience. You can have the life that you desire, but you're going to have to go get it. You're going to have to go get it. You say you want to make better grades in school, you're in college struggling. Hey, guess what? Sometimes at night, put your phone down. Focus on your books. You say you want to get stronger. It's not going to happen if you don't go to the gym. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like the cards say, the universe will meet you halfway. So you will gain muscle if you go lift. But you cannot gain muscle without going to lift. Okay? Okay. All right. Bye-bye.